It's your girl Cassandra coming at you with another 10-minute takeaway. If you've been here since the beginning of the month, you know that every day this month I'm going live with what I'm calling a 10-minute takeaway. If you don't know who I am Cassandra Bellevue. I am a life coach, certified life coach, and also a published author. My passion and purpose in life is to help you to discover your personal passions and what your purpose on this earth is really supposed to be. So every day this month we're going live because I want you to kind of get in behind the scenes and hear the type of conversations that I'm having with a lot of my clients when it comes to coaching and them pursuing their purpose in this life. There aren't many things that bring me as much joy as this. I really, really, really love what I do. And I want to help you get to wherever you want to get. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What is your passion? Quick housekeeping. Go out to CassandraBellevue.com. We've got 3 exciting things going on out there. Number 1, as soon as you get there, you're going to be invited to join our email family. So go ahead and plug in your email address. What I'm going to be doing is sending out just like encouraging messages throughout the week. You'll be the first to know when we're doing any type of sales, promos, discount. And also, whenever I have an opening on my wait list or, we find out maybe somebody had to cancel or postpone or whatever, but there's now a new slot for coaching. You guys will be the first to know, and so you'll be the first to take advantage of that. So go ahead and join the email list. Number 2, there's a $5 sale going on in the store right now until supplies last, as they say. We've got t-shirts and tanks, we've got beanies, we've got hats, we've got visors. Your girl want to get you right for the spring and summer, so jump out there and grab whatever you'd like. Why is everything $5? Simply because we are making room for new inventory, and so in order to do that, we need the older stuff to sell out, and they're not going to be restocked. So if you see something that you like, go and get it. We've got purple tanks and the black tanks. We've got red t-shirts and the black t-shirts. So there's a little variety out there, and they all have the pressed but not crushed logo across them. So I know for a lot of people who bought that kind of merchandise in the past, they have said that their t-shirts have been such a conversation starter for them when they go out and about. And it's just like you get to pass on the encouragement to other people. Like no matter what you're going through, no matter how pressed you may feel, you are not crushed. As long as there's breath in your body, you will not be crushed, okay? Number 3, $15 book set sale happening as well. So I just showed you guys the book, Pressed But Not Crushed. This is for you. If you are ready to give up, you're about to throw in the towel, you are exhausted, and you are just like, God, I need help. This could help you out in many, many ways. Also, if you are a studier of the word and you want to dive deeper into the armor of God, we go in deep. And one of my favorite things about this book is I get to be real with y'all. I get to be really authentic with y'all. And I share so many of my personal testimonies of overcoming and things that I have had to deal with that seemed very daunting and seemed impossible, and giving you the testimony of how God just overcame all of that and how he busted through for me and pulled me out of some situations that were really crazy. And the whole purpose of me sharing the testimonies is because, like the word of God says, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So sometimes, you know how it is when you hear stories about other people overcoming, like it just gives you that boost sometimes, like, hey, if God did it for them, he's gonna do it for me too. We also have the companion guide to go along with the book. So this is kind of like a devotional. It's a 30-day devotional that complements the book, because how many of you know that we can't just be hearers of the word, we have to be doers of the word. So if you hear things and you're like, oh, that was great and uplifting, but then you turn around and you don't do anything with it. And when I say anything with it, I mean like, how are you applying it to your personal life to affect change? That's a step that a lot of people miss out on. And so when you get these together, you get the dynamic duo, and you get the best of both worlds, okay? So grab a set for you, grab a set for friends and family, start a book club, start a Bible study, and get this year kicked off right. So we've been doing this theme with the 10-minute takeaways. And like I said, we're talking about topics that are discussed during a lot of the life coaching sessions that I have with my clients. Yesterday, we talked about fear. I mean, I could do a 5 hour webinar on that topic alone. But yesterday, when we talked about fear, we just kind of talked about when you're looking at the big picture and you get overwhelmed and you're just like, oh my gosh, like how am I going to accomplish this? And how that fear of being overwhelmed by the end game, it just paralyzes a lot of people. And I just kind of talked through some things, but like, come on, fear comes in all types of shapes and forms, and that topic alone, like I said, I could talk about that for 5 hours. But these 10-minute takeaways are just to give you a little snippet, to see if you kind of like bear witness, if you understand what's going on. And sometimes it's the topic that you're like, oh yeah, I do need to learn more about that. So today's topic, we're talking about rediscovering the real you. It's kind of like that song, Won't the Real Slim Shady Please Stand Up? Like, listen, a lot of times we're programmed in our childhood and in our formative years to be something that we're really not. And what I mean by that is maybe you were in a situation where you were an extrovert and you were kind of being programmed to be an introvert, and that's not who you really were. Maybe you were in an environment where you were pushed to be athletic, and it's like, that's not what I really wanted to do ever. That's not what I'm passionate about. There's so many examples of that, and that's something that I come across. I dealt with some of those things myself when I was younger, and a lot of my clients deal with the same thing. And when I say rediscovering the real you, there's a lot of deprogramming that needs to happen a lot of times when people are trying to figure out what their purpose and their calling is. A lot of times you got to break down lies told to you by the enemy of your soul to try to veer you off the track that you're supposed to be on, and lies that are kind of told to you even by your loved ones, people who are close to you. They want to see you doing one thing, but that's not really what you want to do. One of the best examples that I have of that is families that try to push people into specific occupations or to get specific type of jobs, and it's like, but this is not what I'm passionate about. One of the things that a lot of foreigners joke around about, and if you're from another country, my parents were first generation immigrants, so a lot of, and I'm Haitian, so like in a lot of the culture, it's like you're trained and you're encouraged to become a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, nurse. And, it's so funny when I talk to other foreigners, they're like, yeah, we got over here and that was it. Those were the only occupations our parents wanted to hear about. And sometimes you get pushed into these occupations that really are not what you want, but it's coming from a good place. You have family who want you to be settled in good careers where they know that you won't be facing financial hardships. But what's most important is, what did God put you here to do? He wired you for something very specific. And while the lawyer track may be great, and the doctor track may be great, and the engineer track may be great, what if that's not what he created you for? You hear people say things like, when you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And I've talked to many people who are doing what they love, and they can attest to that. It's like, I don't feel like I'm a slave to my job. Like, the work I'm doing is birthed out of my passion, so it doesn't feel as hard. And so if you are somebody who feels like, man, yeah, I feel like I've taken on a personality or an identity or something that's really not me. I feel like I've been pursuing a career track that really isn't me. I did it because somebody advised me to do it. Like, I have that story of pursuing a career track that God never told me to pursue. And, luckily, I got into my junior year of college and got recruited out of there by a job recruiter. And so I could get out of there because I was already starting to feel panicked. Like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. And so there's a lot of you right now who feel trapped living in a personality, in an identity, in a career that you're like, this is not who I am. Hey, I want to help you to discover how God wired you to be, your purpose and your passion. So I encourage you to check out my Linktree. There you will find the link to book a 15-minute free Approach the Coach session, and we can talk about it. We also got other tracks that you can look into: the mindset track, which is about your purpose; the execution track, which is about launching whatever it is you want, your business, your book, your podcast. So I encourage you guys to keep on following over the next few days, and I'll see ya